Hello, everyone. Welcome to the YouTube channel. I am a former forensic officer and have worked in law enforcement for many years. Today, I will share a story from my time as a police officer, which I believe you will find quite fascinating. This story is based on inexplicable experiences that science cannot fully explain. To protect personal privacy, I have added a bit of fiction to the details, but the core events remain truthful. Before we start this mysterious tale, please settle into a comfortable spot and focus on the screen. What I am about to share is a strange report that slices through the silence of the night. If you like this channel, please hit the like button and do subscribe if you haven't already. Now, let's begin the story. Tonight's tale is based on the experience of a night shift police officer. Let's call him Mike. Mike had been working as a police officer in this region for many years, and the quiet of the night was familiar to him. However, that day, what he experienced was unlike any other night. The incident occurred late at night during patrol. Normally, this time is quiet and nothing much happens. But as Mike was driving the patrol car, he suddenly saw a mysterious shadow crossing the road in front of him. The shadow disappeared in an instant, and Mike doubted his own eyes. It seemed that the shadow was not just an illusion. Mike felt something was off and immediately made a U-turn to follow the direction where the shadow had vanished. Normally, he would not take such actions, but that night, something drew him in, and he could not stay put. Chasing the shadow was an experience unlike any normal patrol for Mike. His heart was pounding, and a mix of anxiety and curiosity drove him. The streets were dimly lit, and the only reliance was the light from street lamps. He entered the alley where he last saw the shadow, which was eerily quiet and deserted. As Mike advanced down the alley, he suddenly heard a voice calling his name. The voice was clear, as if someone was watching him from somewhere. He looked around but saw no one, and could not tell where the voice was coming from. The voice kept repeating his name, as if luring him somewhere. Guided by the voice, Mike proceeded deeper into the alley. Suddenly, he saw a human figure ahead. However, the figure was not like a normal human. It had a translucent appearance and was swaying. Mike stood frozen, struck by a mix of fear and intrigue. As he approached, the figure gradually changed shape, forming a clearer outline of a human. Strangely, the figure closely resembled Mike himself. He felt as if he was confronting his own self, experiencing a bizarre illusion. At that moment, Mike felt that he was not just on a patrol, but possibly confronting something deeper, his own inner self. Despite being disturbed by this strange encounter with himself, Mike decided to pursue the mystery further. Guided by the voice, he continued in the direction where the shadow had disappeared. Dead leaves scattered under his feet added to the rustle in the quiet night. A strong desire swirled within him to decipher what this inexplicable experience meant. As he continued, Mike encountered more unexplainable phenomena. Suddenly, small orbs of light appeared before him, starting to float around him. These lights seemed to guide him, illuminating his path. Mike pondered over what these lights meant, and the overall significance of the events of that night. Following the guidance of the light orbs, Mike arrived at an old, ruin-like building. This place seemed to have been bustling once, but now was desolate, with a stillness as if time had stopped. Stepping inside, he suddenly felt a resurgence of past memories. He was enveloped by a strange sensation, as if he recognized this place. Inside the ruins, Mike moved further in and found an old photo hanging on the wall. The photo showed a younger version of himself, alongside his now deceased best friend. This discovery reminded Mike that this place had been part of significant moments in his past. He began to understand how past events at this location were connected to the current strange phenomena. Mike stayed with the old photo and pieced together fragments of memories. This ruin was once a place where he frequently played, and he gradually remembered that something special had happened here. In the silence, laughter and conversations with friends seemed to echo in his ears. This experience was not just a ghost story, but a reunion with his own past. As Mike continued to explore different rooms in the ruin, he was struck by strong waves of emotion in a particular room. Upon entering, the temperature suddenly dropped, causing goosebumps on his skin. There, he found a diary that seemed to have been written by his younger self. His hands trembled as he turned the pages of the diary, which contained entries about the joys and struggles of youth experienced in this place. This content was very personal and significant for Mike. Continuing his search, Mike realized that the supernatural phenomena he was experiencing were not just sources of fear, but opportunities for reconciliation with his past self. In this ruin, he found clues to overcome the separation from a friend and unresolved emotions. The special meaning this place held was a stage for confronting and growing as an individual. Eventually, Mike reached a small garden at the very back of the ruins. The garden, bathed in moonlight, strangely brought a sense of peace. Here he took a deep breath and made the decision to accept his current self, along with all the memories. For him, the experiences of that night were crucial steps in reconciling with his past self and moving forward in life. Through this mysterious night adventure, Mike faced deep-seated emotions and gained new self-awareness by confronting them. This experience taught him the importance of not fearing the shadows of the past but accepting them. He began to reassess his past self from a new perspective, feeling a change within. After reconciling with his past in the Garden of the Ruins, Mike felt a lightness in his heart. This place became more than just a repository of old memories for him. It turned into a space where he could rediscover himself and become free. He took deep breaths gradually, feeling the anxiety and fears he had been carrying dissolve. Mike left the ruins and blended into the night as he started his journey home. A new resolve sprouted in his heart, and he vowed to use this experience to build a better future. He was now ready to move forward without being tied to the past. Back home, Mike recorded the night's events in his diary. This diary marked the beginning of a new chapter for him, treasured as proof that he had overcome his past self. With hope for the future, he was able to start his daily life anew. This mysterious experience would remain a significant lesson in his life, long remembered in his heart. Tonight, we have seen how Mike, through his mystical and spiritual experience, confronted and overcame his past. His story teaches us the importance of not fearing the unseen, but embracing it to understand ourselves better. Sometimes, the memories lying dormant within us hold the key to our release. Through this experience, Mike reconciled with himself and was ready to start a new chapter in his life. His story symbolizes the inner struggles and growth process that everyone possesses, offering important lessons for our own lives. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so and join us as we explore more mysterious and unique stories together. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.